You've been told to be authentic online, right? And here's the thing, it's actually really bad advice. And that's because authenticity is not some fixed point, it's more of a spectrum. And trying to shrink your identity to this one authentic version of yourself, well, that makes no sense because that's the fastest way that you're going to feel fake. When you feel fake, you won't go ahead with things. So let's explore that. I'm Dante St. James, and today I'm looking at authenticity, particularly when you're positioning yourself as credible, effective, or even just someone who you want to be considered to work with while you're promoting yourself online. And let's face it, authenticity has become this golden rule, this guideline of online content creation. Just be yourself, they say. But if you're like most people, you probably thought, which version of that is my authentic self? Because the truth is, we're not one-dimensional beings. We're not static. We adapt to our environment, to our roles, and even to our audiences, right? It's not only okay, but it's natural. So today I'm going to break down why authenticity is this spectrum, why the traditional advice of be authentic is utterly unhelpful, how you can see and use this understanding to show up confidently online in a way that's true to you and also relatable to your audience. So here's the issue with this advice, right? It assumes that there's just this one single authentic version of who you are. But when you think about it, are you the same person with your best friend as you are with your boss? Are you the same person? Do you act the same way at a party as you do when you're meditating alone? And of course you don't, right? Your authenticity isn't this little single, like one fixed point. It's like this spectrum of truths that are all shaped by the complete context of your life. And when you pick just one version of yourself to bring online, you end up feeling stuck, right? You're asking yourself, am I doing this right? When the better question to ask is, which one of these authentic versions of me fits this moment? So think of authenticity as this spectrum, right? It's got different shades of you, right? They're all true. They shift depending on your relationships, your environment, maybe even your goals, what you want to get out of each moment. And the you that geeks out over books, for instance, might be all different than the you who gets fired up about business strategies, but they're both still you. They're both still authentic. And the cool part is that because authenticity is really fluid, you can choose which version of yourself you're going to bring to the table without losing integrity, without faking. Because the key here is to align the version of you that's most relevant to the value you want to provide at that time. So, how do we embrace this spectrum of authenticity? So let's get practical about it, right? First, you've got to identify your key roles. You start by listing the roles that you want to play in life. And the roles you already play, really. You're the creator, the entrepreneur, the friend, the learner, the son, the daughter, whatever that may be. Now, each of these roles represents a different facet of your authentic self. It's all true. Next, we define the contextual why. For every piece of content you create, ask yourself, why am I showing up here today? Is it to educate? Is it to inspire? Is it to entertain? The version of you that aligns with that goal is the one you lean into. Next, be transparent about the shift. Your audience appreciates honesty, and if you're shifting from a business-focused tone to something more personal, share that, let them know. For example, I'm usually all about strategies, but today I want to share something deeply personal that I think can help. And that kind of statement helps build trust because it's full of transparency. Next, we experiment and reflect. Authenticity isn't this set and forget thing. You experiment with how you show up. Try sharing a mix of personal insights, personal stories, right? Professional insights even, and quirky hobbies. Then reflect what feels most natural to you, what resonates with your audience. That gives you an answer of what you perhaps could do a little bit more. And here's the big shift. Instead of being obsessed over being authentic, focus on being maybe more relatable. Authenticity isn't just about you. It's about how you connect with others, which version of you is going to resonate most with the people that you want to serve. And that's where the real magic happens, right? So if we were to sum all this up, authenticity isn't a straitjacket. It's a spectrum, right? There's no single version of you that's right or wrong. Instead, you embrace the fluidity of who you are, aligning your authenticity with your purpose, with your audience, and with the moment that you're trying to deliver as well. When you do, you won't just feel more comfortable online, you'll create these deeper, more meaningful connections. And that's how you show up authentically, completely on your own terms. Now, if this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear which version of you likes to show up online right now. Please drop a comment below or DM me and let's start a conversation about showing up truly authentically in an ever-changing world, because we're not just one thing in all situations. We are many things to many people that are all true and all authentic.